All the new and exciting items on display and those super low early Christmas prices. They just can't be beat. It's Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 2, in the same blooming place for more than 65 years.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
All right, let's see. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. Nice-looking Tuesday morning. Thank you for tuning in. Looks like we have somebody on the phone who you probably know. Rodney Perry is on the phone. He's a nationally known comedian. As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to put his picture up here on this on the podcast that we're doing right here.
Nice.
Just got it on there, so give me a second here. He actually had a stroke. I never knew this. And so that's what we're talking about, not strokes necessarily, but high blood pressure. And to help us with this, Dr. Willie Lawrence is also on the phone. Dr. Lawrence is a spokesperson for the American Heart Association. He's an interventional cardiologist for Midwest Heart and Vascular Specialists in Kansas City, Missouri. And he was named the National Physician of the Year by the American Heart Association. So let's talk to Dr. Lawrence and Rodney Perry. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for being on the show with us today.
Hey. Dr. Lawrence is a big deal, right?
Who's big?
Yeah, he is.
Who's who? There. Okay, now I think. Well, you know what? It was easier to find Rodney's picture than it was Dr. Lawrence. I'm looking for yours still, Dr. Lawrence. So I apologize.
Oh, he is a nationally known comedian. I'm locally known, but nationally accepted.
So Rodney, can I start with you? How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man. It's a year later. 1 year ago, I had a stroke, man, and it you know, I was diagnosed with hypertension way before I had my stroke. And what I wanted to be a part of this, getting this word out, is the fact that I don't want people to have to go through what I went through. I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to use my left hand again.
Really?
And I mean, it's tough when you're healthy one day and the next day you're not so healthy.
Do you think having a sense of humor helped you out? I mean, did you deal with it better than somebody who's always feeling sad?
No, I was a horrible patient. I was too funny. I had my nurses and my docs. I gained a super respect for these people that help us. You got to think. A person that a doctor or a nurse or a CNA, and their job is to make you feel better. That's an amazing human being.
That's
and
true.
I gained the respect for those people, man.
Oh, awesome. Dr. Lawrence, so let's shift over to you real quickly. Today, by the way, and I'm going to ask this as if it might be part of it. Today is National Greasy Food Day and National Identify Your Indulgence Day. or is it?
No, not today.
So is that part of the problem? Is that we love food that makes the problem worse?
It is. I mean, these new guidelines have made us understand that when your blood pressure is greater than 130/80, you have high blood pressure. We moved the goalpost from a blood pressure greater than 140/90 to one that's 130/80, and absolutely the best way to achieve that is with lifestyle changes, and that means changes in what we eat. That means getting rid of those greasy food. It means foods. It means lowering your sodium intake. It means eating foods on a diet that's full of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, low dairy products.
Absolutely.
Do people not realize they have high blood pressure until an episode happens?
Yes, and that's why it's important that you have regular checkup. You have to check your blood pressure. You have to check it accurately. And if you want to know whether you have hypertension, you don't want to wait until you have end organ damage. By then, the genie's out of the bottle. So you really want to intervene early. In order to do that, you have to have your blood pressure checked.
And is the lifestyle, like in Rodney's case, he's on the road a lot, I'm just imagining. Is that part of it too? Is the stress associated with your life maybe so that we can all relate to it, because we all don't go doing stand-up comedy all over the world. I mean, is lifestyle a huge part of it?
I mean, basically, I live a pretty regular life. I got a wife and I got kids. Of course, that's stressful in itself. But what happens, I think, to all of us is we start living. We're eating, a lot of prepackaged foods out of the can, and we're doing all this great stuff. But first of all, what I learned more than anything is sodium is everywhere. So if you can just begin to monitor it, if you just pay attention to it a little better, I mean, we live a very indulgent lifestyle, most of us. And so more than anything, what I encourage people to do is get moving. If you can move and start to pay attention to what you're putting in your body, you can have a situation where you don't end up like Rodney Perry.
Is that part of your act now? Are you making your act in somewhat an educational experience for those who are coming to see you?
Oh, absolutely. I play the Orlando Improv down there, man. And it's crazy because you got to find a way to lighten it up because you don't want people to feel sorry for you.
Sure.
At the same time, what my focus is on is the great people like the doc that stood in the gap and helped me get back healthy. Those people who I address when I do my show.
And the doctor, is high blood pressure the same among every culture?
No, the rates of hypertension are definitely higher in African Americans than they are in other ethnic groups. With these changing guidelines, what we're going to see is that whereas yesterday there were 75 million Americans with hypertension, today there are 103 million Americans. The rates for African Americans now, for African American men, it's the highest. It's about 60%. 60%, more than half of African American men have high blood pressure. For all Americans, it's about 46%. It's gone from 32% to 46%. So 1/3 to 1/2, nearly 1/2 of Americans have high blood pressure. But it definitely affects people in different ways. And as it relates to diseases like hypertension and diabetes, your zip code is as important as your genetic code in determining whether or not you have high blood pressure.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, my notes say that you have the hypertension clinical practice guidelines that we can get a copy of. Is that on the website?
It is heart.org/HBP, heart.org/HBP.
And I did find your picture finally, but there's a D on it. I don't know what the D means, but I found a picture of you and your family. It was a beautiful picture, but it wouldn't let me download it. So.
He's protecting his family.
I'll tell you what. I'll find a picture and send it to you.
We had a story this morning, and I hope you don't hang up on me. But we had a story this morning that there was a study, Cedars-Sinai, right?
Cedars-Sinai.
They studied. I don't know if they put. This is in L.A. They put whatever wires on couples having sex, and what was it? 5,000 something couples.
Yes.
And 34 out of 5,000 had their heart stop while they were having sex. And I thought, wow, that's a small number, but I don't want to be one of those 34, because I'll never be able to say if it was good for me or not. I'm trying to do your job, Rodney.
Every time.
No.
I'm going to stay away from that one. But go ahead.
You stay away from it. But I guess what I'm asking is, does our blood pressure? Oh gosh, how do I ask this without sounding nasty? But does it increase when we're doing that? Is that
too late? Go ahead.
Is that what happens? I mean, when we're doing that, does our blood pressure get higher?
No, actually, you work it out. Isn't he worked out, Doc?
Go ahead, doctor.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, doctor. We want the answer.
We're all ears.
Well, I'm trying to avoid answering that question. I think your blood pressure with any activity will tend to go up, and I'm going to leave it there. That's
All right.
Things I want.
All right.
So can we, when we go to see our doctor for our annual physical, do we have to request our blood pressure check, or is that part of the physical?
Well, it should be a part of every encounter with a healthcare provider. So if that doesn't happen, then you have to ask why. And I think it really is important, though. And one of the questions is, what's going to happen next time I go to a doctor as a result of these new guidelines? Well, the answer may be nothing, and that's where it's important that you, as a patient, ask your doctor, are you familiar with these new guidelines? How does it impact me? So you need to be empowered to intervene, and you need to ask that question, because in a lot of instances you may find that people won't even know about these new changes. They won't know that there's a doubling of your risk of heart complications when your blood pressure goes from 130 to 140 over 90. So that's why we're out here. We're trying to get the message out. We want you to be an active consumer of healthcare, to be proactive as it relates to your care, and certainly the management of your high blood pressure and other risks.
Well, thank you both for taking time. I know you're busy. You probably have other radio stations chomping at the bit right now. Hypertension clinical practice guidelines are available on the heart.org website, and Rodney Perry's website is rodneyperry.com. Correct, Rodney?
Absolutely. And also, if you can get to the gym, your heart won't stop beating when you do the nasty.
Sign me up.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking time to be with us today.
Okay, thank you.
Right,
That was fun. All right, we'll be right back.
This episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Why is there a mariachi band in... Wait, are you digging up the yard again?
It's not what it looks like.
Oh, really? Because it looks like you're tearing up my yard right over the septic tank.
Okay, so maybe it's a little bit what it looks like. See, what happened was...
Wait, let me guess. The septic is backing up and you thought you were Fix-It Guy again and would take it upon yourself and dig up my yard?
That's Mr. Fix-It Guy.
Uh-huh. What did we say the new rule was?
No eBay when you're not home.
Well, yes, but not that one. If water runs through it...
I know, they do it. But this is septic.
Yes, Mike Scott Plumbing does septic.
I knew that.
Uh-huh. 866-314-4443.
I know. 866-314-4443. Got it.
And what's with the mariachi band?
You didn't say anything about Amazon. On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
Aw, come on, an elephant?
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Self-determination will override a lack of motivation. So, you tell yourself as you're lacing up your shoes, today, I am running 3 miles. Social support, including frequent hugs, keeps stressed people from getting sick. And those who do get sick, they end up with symptoms that are less severe. Just like you'd schedule a meeting between 3 and 4 p.m., schedule everything else. That makes it mandatory.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, I'm Russ Moore with Pike Mill. Our relationship with WOCA started in 2009. WOCA is family-friendly, community-involved station. When we moved to our new location on 17th Street in October of 2016, of course, we went to WOCA so they could tell everybody our new location. The folks at WOCA really care about their clients and want them to be successful. For all of your shipping needs, call Pike Mill, and to tell the Ocala area about your business, call WOCA, because WOCA Radio gets results.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.